Have you ever heard that if you have diabetes, you must stay away from sweet fruits completely? Maybe you've stood in front of a basket of apples or grapes wondering, can I still eat this? For years, we've been told that sugar is dangerous and that sweet fruits should be avoided at all costs. But what if that advice isn't the whole story? New research is now showing that some sweet fruits, the familiar ones you see every week, can actually support your health when eaten the right way. They can help manage blood sugar, ease digestion, and calm inflammation, all while bringing back the simple joy of eating fruit. In fact, more and more doctors are rethinking the old rules. Today I'd love to share with you 6 naturally sweet fruits that many older adults enjoy not only without guilt, but with real health benefits. These fruits are easy to find, kind to your body, and surprisingly powerful when it comes to blood sugar balance and energy. You'll learn which ones to choose, how to eat them wisely, and what small changes you can make this week to feel better, stronger, and more at ease. Because no one, especially in these golden years, should feel they have to give up something so nourishing, so comforting, and so naturally good. 1. Kiwi. Not every fruit needs to be loud to make an impact. Kiwi is one of those quiet healers. Humble on the outside, yet deeply powerful where it matters. It may sit unnoticed on the grocery shelf, but inside its fuzzy little skin lies a perfect ally for older adults, especially those managing blood sugar or joint pain. I once spoke with a gentleman in his 70s who told me, "I'm not afraid of sweet food, I'm afraid of the wrong kind of sweet. And kiwi? It's the right kind." Naturally sweet yet low on the glycemic index, kiwi delivers a gentle sweetness that doesn't send your blood sugar on a roller coaster. What's more, it's packed with soluble fiber, which slows down sugar absorption, and vitamin C, which helps reduce inflammation, the kind that settles in your knees, fingers, or lower back as the years go by. But perhaps kiwi's most unique gift lies in actinidin, an enzyme that supports digestion, especially helpful for older adults who often struggle with bloating or sluggish meals. The beauty of kiwi is in its simplicity. Slice one in half, grab a spoon, and savor it slowly. Or pair it with a handful of almonds or a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt for a snack that feels indulgent, yet supports your blood sugar, digestion, and energy. Kiwi isn't here to overwhelm, it's here to nourish, steadily, gently, and wisely. In a world that often tells older adults what to avoid, kiwi is a reminder that healing can be delicious, and health doesn't always mean restriction. Sometimes it starts with something as small as a green fruit in your palm, full of life, light, and quiet confidence. 2. Strawberries. Sweet but smart. There's something about a strawberry that brings back warm memories. Summer afternoons, fresh bowls at family gatherings, or a small dish lovingly prepared by a spouse long gone. That familiar red fruit isn't just delicious. It holds quiet power, especially for seniors living with diabetes. For years, many of us were told to avoid sweet fruits like strawberries. We were warned that the sugar would spike our glucose, that it was better to be safe than sorry. But today, science and experience are painting a much different picture. Strawberries may be sweet, but they're also incredibly smart. Beneath that juicy surface lies a powerhouse of health benefits that work in harmony with the aging body. Rich in anthocyanins, the natural pigments that give them their vibrant red color, strawberries help slow the absorption of sugars into the bloodstream. That means you can enjoy their sweetness without suffering the roller coaster of blood sugar spikes and crashes. And they don't stop there. These little fruits are packed with antioxidants that fight inflammation, something so many of us struggle with as we age. Whether it's stiff knees in the morning, sore fingers after gardening, or that dull ache that seems to settle in your lower back, inflammation is often the culprit. Strawberries quietly go to work, supporting your joints, your heart, even your memory. Their fiber content is gentle yet effective. 1 cup offers just enough to help keep digestion regular without overwhelming the stomach. And let's not forget the emotional satisfaction that comes from eating something that's naturally sweet, refreshing, and guilt-free. Many older adults I speak with say they feel lighter, more energized, and more in control when they include strawberries in their weekly routine, especially as a mid-afternoon snack with a few almonds or a dollop of plain Greek yogurt. It's not just about the fruit itself, it's about what it represents, a small act of care, a moment of pleasure that doesn't cost you your health. Choosing strawberries is choosing to trust your body again, to give it the nourishment it needs while honoring the foods you love. So the next time you open your fridge and see that bowl of ripe red berries, don't hesitate. Savor them slowly. Let them remind you that health isn't about restriction, it's about knowing what works for you and embracing it. And just when you think a fruit couldn't possibly be sweeter or more surprising, wait until you hear what one of the most misunderstood fruits in the produce aisle, grapes, can do for your blood sugar. You won't look at them the same way again. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now, let's move on to point number 2, grapes. Small but powerful. Grapes have long been a symbol of sweetness, abundance, and even celebration. For many older adults, they bring back memories of harvest time, church potlucks, or sharing a quiet snack with grandchildren. But when you're living with diabetes or trying to manage your blood sugar, you may have looked at grapes with hesitation, wondering if their sugary taste meant they were off limits. Surprisingly, these little fruits are far more powerful than they seem, and their impact on your health might just change the way you see them. Though small in size, grapes are rich in resveratrol, a natural plant compound found mostly in their skin. Resveratrol has been studied extensively for its effects on insulin sensitivity, helping your body respond more efficiently to sugar. For people over 60, when insulin resistance often begins to creep in, that's a big deal. Imagine enjoying a sweet fruit that doesn't betray your health, but actually supports it quietly from the inside out. Grapes are also packed with antioxidants that reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, 2 underlying causes of not only diabetes complications, but also joint pain, fatigue, and even memory issues. Many seniors who once avoided grapes now find them to be a gentle ally, providing hydration, satisfaction, and a sense of comfort in every bite. When eaten slowly and in moderation, especially paired with a source of protein like a small piece of cheese or a handful of walnuts, grapes can actually stabilize blood sugar rather than spike it. And let's talk about the emotional power of a familiar fruit. Grapes are easy to reach for, simple to prepare, and enjoyable in all seasons. A cold bowl of grapes on a warm day feels like a treat. Sliced into a spinach salad or served with cottage cheese, they elevate an ordinary meal into something refreshing. Even frozen, they make a perfect bite-sized dessert that helps you beat sugar cravings without guilt. The truth is, grapes remind us that health doesn't always come in a bottle or a pill. Sometimes it's found in nature's smallest gifts, when we learn to see them not as forbidden, but as friends. Choosing grapes is choosing something sweet that also brings balance, nourishment, and joy. But as powerful as grapes are, they're not the only everyday fruit with hidden strength. Coming up next is a fruit so common we often overlook it, yet it's been quietly supporting digestion, heart health, and stable blood sugar for generations. It's crisp, it's classic, and it just might be the most reliable fruit in your kitchen. Let's talk about apples. 3. Apples, the original daily medicine. There's something timeless about an apple. It doesn't demand your attention with bright colors or exotic origins, but it quietly waits in your fruit bowl, familiar, reliable, and, as it turns out, incredibly wise. For generations, we've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And while that phrase may feel old-fashioned, its truth has never been more relevant, especially for older adults navigating the complexities of blood sugar, inflammation, and heart health. At first glance, an apple may seem too sweet, especially for someone with diabetes, but nature designed it with care. Beneath that crisp skin lies a rich source of soluble fiber, especially pectin, which slows the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. That means when you enjoy an apple, you're not causing a rapid spike in glucose. You're nourishing your body in a way that's measured and balanced. But apples offer more than blood sugar support. They aid digestion, ease constipation, and even support cholesterol levels. The gentle fiber works like a broom, sweeping through your digestive system, helping things move naturally and comfortably. For seniors, that kind of quiet assistance is invaluable. No harsh chemicals, no upset stomach, just the soothing rhythm of nature doing what it does best. There's also something deeply satisfying about biting into a fresh apple. The crunch is grounding, the flavor is familiar, And for many, it brings back memories of autumn harvests, homemade pies, or packed lunches from long ago. Apples are not just fuel, they are connected to our past, to simpler times, and to traditions that still carry meaning. And don't overlook their versatility. An apple sliced with cinnamon becomes a naturally sweet treat. Pair it with almond butter or a piece of sharp cheese, and you have a balanced snack that pleases both your taste buds and your blood sugar. Even baked or stewed, apples retain their goodness, turning into warm comfort food on a cool day. Including apples in your day is a small act of self-respect. It's a reminder that you deserve nourishment that works with your body, not against it. And it proves that managing diabetes doesn't have to mean giving up the foods you love. Sometimes it just means seeing them in a new light. But while apples offer steady support, there's another fruit ahead that might surprise you even more. A tropical favorite that's been unfairly judged for its sweetness, but hides remarkable power when paired correctly. It's golden, juicy, and just might change your mind about what's possible in a diabetic-friendly diet. Let's take a closer look at mango. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 5, mango, a tropical twist that surprises. Just hearing the name can make your mouth water. It brings to mind warmth, sunshine, and a kind of indulgence that feels almost too sweet to be healthy. For many seniors living with diabetes, mango is a fruit that feels off limits. It's often dismissed as too sugary, a guilty pleasure best avoided. But what if that reputation isn't quite fair? What if mango in all its golden, juicy glory holds more healing than harm? At its heart, mango is a fruit of balance. Yes, it's sweet, but it's also rich in fiber, which helps slow the release of sugar into your bloodstream. That means when eaten in moderation, especially with the skin on or paired with protein, mango doesn't flood your system. It nourishes it slowly, steadily. It's a fruit that works with your body, not against it. But the real magic of mango goes beyond blood sugar. It's loaded with vitamin C, which supports immune health, especially important as we age, and vitamin A, essential for maintaining healthy vision and skin. Mango also contains unique compounds that aid in fat metabolism and help fight oxidative stress, which plays a role in everything from chronic inflammation to memory decline. For older adults facing fatigue, joint discomfort, or simply the slow grind of aging, mango can be a small but mighty ally. There's something emotionally uplifting about eating mango. It doesn't just taste good, it feels like joy. It reminds us of vacation days, tropical breezes, or perhaps childhood summers where fruit was picked straight from the tree. That emotional connection is part of the healing too, because eating well shouldn't feel like punishment. It should feel like living well. Try slicing a small piece of mango and pairing it with a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt or a handful of almonds. The protein helps balance the fruit's natural sugars, and the combination feels like a treat without the guilt. Or add mango cubes to a green salad with grilled chicken for a bright, refreshing lunch that supports both your blood sugar and your spirit. Choosing mango is choosing to welcome sweetness without fear. It's a reminder that health can be vibrant, flavorful, and deeply satisfying. You don't have to give up joy to live well. You just have to know how to embrace it wisely. And just when you think the list of helpful fruits couldn't get more surprising, there's one last classic that still has something powerful to offer. It's bright, refreshing, and often overlooked for its true potential. Let's turn to the trusted orange, an old friend with new lessons for better living. 6. Oranges. Not just for vitamin C. There's something comforting about an orange. Maybe it's the way the peel opens with a soft snap, releasing that bright, familiar citrus scent. Maybe it's the way each segment pulls apart gently in your hands, offering just the right amount of juice, flavor, and nourishment. For many older adults, oranges are a lifelong companion, found in lunchboxes, winter baskets, and morning rituals. But for those living with diabetes, this beloved fruit is often met with hesitation. That tangy sweetness, once a symbol of health, is now seen by some as a sugar risk. But is it? When you peel back the layers, both literally and figuratively, you discover that oranges are one of the most misunderstood fruits in the diabetic conversation. Whole oranges, not juice, offer a powerful combination of fiber, hydration, and slow-release natural sugars. The fiber, especially in the membrane between slices, helps slow glucose absorption, preventing sudden spikes in blood sugar levels. It's a steady, balanced kind of sweetness, something our bodies appreciate more and more as we age. But oranges give us much more than sweetness. They're packed with vitamin C, a key nutrient for immune support, which becomes increasingly vital as our systems grow more vulnerable with time. They also contain potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure and reduce water retention. Two common concerns for older adults managing heart health alongside diabetes. The flavonoids in oranges have been shown to reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and even support cognitive health, all from a fruit that's often treated like an afterthought. And let's not forget the emotional comfort that comes from an orange. It's portable, easy to eat, and naturally satisfying. Eating an orange is a small ritual of self-care. You don't need a knife, a blender, or a fancy recipe. Just your hands, your senses, and a few quiet moments. Sometimes that simplicity is exactly what healing looks like. Try pairing a small orange with a boiled egg or a few almonds for a blood sugar-friendly snack. Or add slices to a spinach salad with olive oil and a sprinkle of sunflower seeds. You'll be surprised how such a simple fruit can elevate your meal and your mood. Even just the act of peeling an orange and taking in that familiar scent can calm your nerves and lift your spirit. Choosing oranges is about more than nutrition. It's about reclaiming foods that bring you comfort and strength. It's about trusting that your body still knows how to process what nature made. When eaten as part of a balanced routine, oranges remind us that health doesn't have to mean deprivation. It can mean rediscovering what was always good for us. But as empowering as it is to learn which fruits support your blood sugar, there's another side to the story, one we can't ignore. Because not all fruits are created equal, and some may actually be making it harder for your body to heal. So, which fruits should you stop eating? It's a question many of us are too afraid to ask out loud, especially after hearing that fruit is natural, healthy, and always good for you. But the truth, especially for those of us navigating diabetes in our later years, is more nuanced. Not every fruit supports your body the way it should, and some, no matter how innocent they seem, can quietly work against the progress you've made. It doesn't mean we need to live in fear of food, but we do need to be informed, aware, and willing to listen to our bodies. The fruits that tend to cause the most trouble aren't necessarily the sweetest. They're the most processed or stripped of their natural balance. Fruit juices, even those labeled 100% natural, remove the fiber that slows sugar absorption. What's left is a concentrated dose of fructose that floods your bloodstream. That morning glass of orange juice, it may feel refreshing, but it's closer to a soda in how it affects your blood sugar. Dried fruits can also be deceiving. A handful of raisins or dried mango may look small, but it can contain the sugar of several fresh fruits without the water or fiber to slow things down. For older adults with slower digestion and a more fragile insulin response, that can be overwhelming. Even something as familiar as a dried date or fig, while rich in nutrients, can become a hidden trigger for blood sugar spikes when eaten in excess. And then there are the overly ripe fruits. Bananas with brown spots, for example. As fruit ripens, its starches convert into simpler sugars. That means a greenish banana is gentler on your system than a soft, sweet one. It's not about never eating these foods again. It's about timing, portions, and pairing them with proteins or fats to help your body process them safely. Some tropical fruits too, such as pineapple and watermelon, can be tricky. Eaten fresh and in small portions, they can fit into a balanced plan. But large servings on an empty stomach, that's when the trouble begins. Context matters. Your body needs more than sweetness, it needs balance. So the fruits to avoid aren't bad in the moral sense, they're just not aligned with what your body needs right now. Your body, as it changes with age, asks for patience, understanding, and gentle support. Choosing fruits that hydrate, soothe inflammation, and stabilize your energy, that's not a restriction, that's wisdom. And wisdom is exactly what brings us to our final message. Because while we've explored fruits that heal and those that harm, there's something even more powerful waiting for you. A truth about food, aging, and daily life that could change how you care for yourself from this day forward. Let's bring it all together. Your body deserves better, starting today. As we grow older, we begin to see that health is no longer just about rules, restrictions, or perfect numbers on a chart. It's about how we feel when we wake up in the morning. It's about the ease in our joints, the clarity in our thoughts, the steadiness of our steps, and the quiet confidence that we're doing the best we can with what we have. Throughout this journey, fruit has too often been cast as a villain, especially for people managing diabetes. But what we've learned together is that not all sweetness is harmful. In fact, nature's sweetness, when left intact, balanced with fiber, water, and nutrients, can be a source of deep nourishment and quiet healing. The fruits we've explored, strawberries, grapes, apples, mangoes, oranges, are more than snacks. They're reminders. Reminders that food is not just fuel, it's comfort, memory, culture, connection. When eaten with mindfulness and paired with the wisdom of our own bodies, these fruits offer us something powerful, the ability to enjoy life's small pleasures without fear. And that matters, especially in our later years, when joy should be more present, not less. You don't need to overhaul your life or give up everything you love. You just need to begin again, gently. Maybe that starts with a bowl of fresh melon in the afternoon, or a crisp apple with your breakfast. Maybe it means keeping a few grapes chilled in the fridge to help you skip the soda, or freezing plum slices for those long summer days when you just want something sweet and cold without the guilt. Small choices like these may not seem revolutionary, but they are. Because every time you choose something that honors both your taste and your well-being, you're choosing hope. You're choosing to listen to your body with compassion, not criticism. And that is one of the most powerful things a person can do at any age. So as you move forward, let this be your gentle reminder. You are not too old, too late, or too far gone to make a change. Your next chapter is still being written, and you get to choose how it feels, what it tastes like, and how it supports the life you still want to live. Let food be your partner, not your prison. Let fruit be your friend again. And if something in this message touched you or reminded you of your own story, don't keep it to yourself. Share your experience, encourage someone else, because the wisdom we carry only becomes more valuable when we pass it on. Here's to sweet choices, strong bodies, and simple joys. You deserve them all. Now, are you ready to make the next step even stronger? Let's talk about how to create an easy, practical daily fruit plan that keeps your blood sugar stable and your energy high. It's simpler than you think, and it starts with just one small change. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.